Hi, welcome to the first video of the Foundations of Predictive Analytics course. My name is Nele. I'm a data scientist at Python Predictions. I will introduce you to the fascinating world of predictive analytics and help you to construct your first predictive models. First, let's get a better understanding of what predictive analytics entails. Consider the example of a nonprofit organization. This organization has a donor base with people that have donated in the past. Assume that the organization wants to send a letter to their donors to ask to donate for a specific project. One option would be to send a letter to all the candidate donors. However, this would be really expensive. Predictive analytics allows to determine the donors that are most likely to donate. This is exactly what the organization needs. Instead of writing a letter to all donors, they can send it to a smaller group of donors that is most likely to donate. In general, predictive analytics is the process that aims to predict an event using historical data. This data is gathered in the analytical base table. An analytical base table is typically stored in a pandas data frame. There are three important concepts in the analytical base table: the population, the candidate predictors, and the target. The population is a group of people or objects you want to make a prediction for. In the fundraising example, it consists of the donors that are in scope for receiving a letter. The base table has one row for each object in the population. You can check the size of your population using the len method in Python. The candidate predictors describe the objects in the population. It is information that can be used to predict the event. For instance, variables like age, gender, or previous gifts could be used to predict whether someone will donate for a future project. Finally, the target has information about the event to predict. It is 1 if the event occurs and 0 otherwise. You can count the number of targets using the sum method on the target column in Python. You might have noticed a contradiction in the definition of the base table. We assume that the target is known, but actually this is exactly the event we want to predict. In fact, the base table is not constructed on the current data, but on historical data. We look at a similar event, for instance a similar fundraising campaign in the past, and construct a base table on the data available at the time. The target is whether the donor donated for the historical campaign, and the candidate predictors are derived from the information that was available at that time. Next, a predictive model is constructed that links the candidate predictors with the target in the base table. This predictive model can then in turn be used to predict the current event. Candidate predictors are available and serve as input for the model. Now let's rehearse the base table concepts. You will also gain intuition on how candidate predictors can be used to predict a target.